Hello and welcome to my new weekly reading vlog. I missed filming. I think I skipped now 1 or 2 weeks, I don't know, just because I have to work in late shifts most of the time for the past few weeks, and it's getting dark very early now, and because I'm using the natural light, it's beginning to be more and more difficult for me to film. But this week I have more early shifts, so hopefully I still be able to film because I miss it. So this week I forgot to tell you that it's Monday and it's now 3:15, and this week I will be trying to finish reading a book, When the Time Comes, by Adele O'Neilley. I have that book on my NetGalley. I've got that book from the NetGalley quite a while ago, and I think now it's definitely time to read it. I'm already on the 33 around something percent of that book, and that book is about a man, Liam, who finds a lover and he leaves his wife and moves in with his new love. However, after some time, his wife is diagnosed with a terminal disease, and they have two teenage children. So his ex-wife, asks him to move back and be with the children, just to help them cope with the things that are happening in their family. And when he moves back, the next day his wife is found dead. Some things that it was a suicide, and something that it was a murder. And now the investigation is beginning. His lover's sister is the detective that she's trying to find out what's happening. At the moment, it's a little bit strange because from the synopsis you think that everything will be surrounded around that event of that murder or suicide, but I'm now at the 33%, and there's more information about the detective than about the murder that happened. So it's a little bit strange. I don't say that it's not interesting. It's interesting, but it's more a domestic thriller at the moment instead of a crime. So a little bit confused what I'm going to find in this book, but I will try to read it this week, or at least read as much as possible. And another book that I'm reading or listening on my Storytel app is The Wrath and the Ruin, I think. I don't remember much about this book because I just begin to listen, but I will insert the picture. It's very popular on the book community at the moment, so I think you already know what this book is about. So because I just started listening for that book, I can't say much about it. Yeah, so that's the news for now. Hopefully I will be able to film a little bit more later. If not, then hopefully we will see each other tomorrow. However, tomorrow, even though I have a early shift, I have a meeting from 5. So I will come back home around 3, and at 5 I must go back to the kindergarten. So yeah, not that much time to read or to film, but I will try my best. Yeah, so I think for now that's it. It's Tuesday and it's 3 o'clock. I just came back home from work and I want to do a quick update. Yesterday I have read a little bit of When the Time Comes, and I'm on the fence with that book. I'm not a huge fan at the moment because, you know, there's just a little bit too much of the unnecessary dialogue. Now we have a point of view from the daughter of the woman that was killed, but she doesn't talk about the situation. She more talks about her relationships between her friends, her brother and herself, and so on. So I think it's just, yeah, a little bit unnecessary for the story. So yeah, but I'm now around 40% in that book, so hopefully I can read a little bit more today when I come back home from the meeting that I have today in about 2 hours. Also, yesterday I've got 2 packages. 2 of them are from the book depository. I ordered 2 books. They're one middle grade, another also are for kids, but it's more of a biography. So unfortunately one of the box was open, so I'm just glad that the book was still inside. So maybe we just begin with that one. And that one is, yeah, like I said, a biography. Who was Albert Einstein? By Jess Bralier. It's a book for kids, the short story, more of the facts of him. And there's a lot of illustrations in this book. I think it's quite interesting. I will definitely read this book myself, and maybe when my son will be older, and hopefully he will be interested in reading and in history, so I will definitely show this book to him. Also, I think my husband will also read this one because it has a huge font. It's very short and there's a lot of pictures. So yeah, I think we can read that book in one sitting. And there was a bookmark also here. Another book. I love opening the packages. Another book was a hardcover, and it was a deal for this one. It's Noel Stratfield's Christmas Stories for kids. It's a hardcover with a beautiful dust jacket, and it has very beautiful inside pages. So like we can guess from the title, I think it's a short story collection, and yeah, very short stories. Also have some illustrations. I think I will save this one for Christmas time. This one, very pretty cover with a lot of details. And it was very cheap actually for the hardcover. So very glad with the books, and this time it came very quickly. Last time that I ordered from the book depository, I had to wait almost over a month, and still one of the books didn't come. Fortunately, I've got a refund on that one, but these came in around a week time. And this one, I think there will be something for my journaling. Yeah, I ordered some stickers I love this. I already had some of this before and I love the quality, so I ordered 2 more to have. Very, very pretty, something like that. Yeah, so that was my small haul. And now I think I will go and start doing some dinner, eat and go to the meeting. It's now Thursday. We just came back home from work and we've got a package. It's not a bookish package, but Lucas wants to open it now. So I think it will be interesting to see. It's just a lot of cosmetics, but still interesting. I hope so. So, Trouw?
Yeah. Back here. That's good. What is that? What's that?
I've got some foot cream. It's like this.
What's that? What's that?
What is that? Also Lucinda conditioner. Here. I bought everything from the shop Lyko here in Norway. It has a lot of good deals. So, also I bought Douglas Les Delicious Gentle Hand Cream Toffee Apple. I will bring this with me to work because I have a very sensitive and dry skin from all the soap that we have to use now in kindergarten. Also, I bought Garnier Response Body Soothing Hydrating Lotion with oat cream and almond extract. This one. This one. This one. Also, Essence by Essence mascara, because I have mine now, I think maybe half a year, and I think we have to change our mascaras in 3 months, I think. So it was time to buy a new one. And also I bought a brow gel by Rimmel. So that's my beauty haul.
Mommy.
And talking about reading, I haven't read yesterday anything, just because we got some stressful news. So I couldn't concentrate on reading. Hopefully today I will read a little bit. Hopefully. I'm still reading the same book when the time comes. I'm in the middle of that book and it's boring at this point. It jumps all over the place. There's too many characters and a lot of timelines and just a little bit confusing, and I don't see see the point of this book, but because it is an arc and I want to write a review, so I'm trying to finish it as soon as possible. Did I say that it's Friday? And I think it's now around 10 o'clock in the evening, actually. Yesterday I haven't talked to you at all because after work I just crashed. I went to bed quite early, I think around 7. Tried to read a little bit, but just went to sleep and slept all night, and I still feel tired. So I think now I'll try to read a little bit more, and there's a huge possibility that I will fall asleep soon. Hopefully there will be more time on the weekend to read. It's now Sunday and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We just woke up about half an hour ago, both with Lucas. So now I'm making a little bit of coffee, and after that I'm thinking of finishing doing my laundry, because I think you can see in the background I already have some, and I still need to do some. So it's a laundry day today in my household. Also, because Armas is sleeping, I don't want to wake up him, so I won't go and pick up the book that I'm already reading, that when the time comes. I'm at about 70% of that book, and I still can't understand the point of this book, because there's no investigation. I thought that there will be the murder, like always in the thrillers. The murder happens, then almost in all the book is the investigation going, and in the end you find out what happened. Or if you know that the murder happened, so maybe you jump to the trial, but you have few timelines and you jump between the investigation and the trial. But in this book, there's in the first 30% we were introduced with the husband, that Liam, who is charged with the murder of his wife. We met the detective that I thought will be the one of the main characters in the book, who will do all the investigation, because there were a few parts of the book that was surrounded around the detective, and they seemed quite important. But after that 20%, we jumped 2 years, I think 2 years or a year past that date of the murder, and now it's a trial, and we have few timelines, but the timeline is 2 days before the murder, and the other timeline is the trial, and there's no investigation, and we didn't reach the part of the murder yet, and it's only 30% left of the book. So I don't understand what's going on. When we jump back to the time, the 2 days before the murder, actually we haven't even met that woman who is murdered. The book is surrounded more around her children, her son and her daughter, a little bit about the husband, and that's it. So very strange book. I don't know how to how to rate it at the moment. So because I don't want to, like I said, wake up Habermas, I chose to start reading Norwegian edition of Isla and Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. I read other 2 books in this series, I think 4 or 6 years ago, and only this one is left for me to read. It's about the girl Isla, who is secretly in love with a boy Josh, who she met in the, I think it's like summer school or something like that in Paris, and now they meet each other in New York without knowing that they both are in the city. So they meet there, and romance is blooming, but the school years starts, and now the reality kicks in, and they trying to understand is this love that they're feeling or not. I think that's what I'm getting from the synopsis. So I think I will start reading this one today also, and hopefully we will talk a little bit later. If not, then thanks for watching.